Hey guys, Andrew here. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching my video. You guys, be sure to like and subscribe after this. Today we are doing a Batman actor tier list. Now, I'm only including the 6 live action Batman actors, so I will not be including any voice actors or any of the old Batman actors that aren't as well known. So just the main 6 live action Batman actors. So let's get started. Okay. Of course, we've got our traditional tier list, so I'm going to start from the bottom to the top. So we're going to start with the worst one. Which one is it? Actually, you guys should know this. It's George Clooney, without a doubt. His performance in the Batman and Robin movie, which he was in, was so bland and so dry, and you could obviously tell he did not want to be in that movie. Obviously, he only took over because Val Kilmer dropped out, and he was doing this as a favor for a friend, which I believe was the director of the movie. But anyways, his performance in that movie was only part of the problem why that movie was so bad. Overall, not a great Batman. Waste of a good actor, for sure. But anyways, moving on. The next one would have to be Adam West. Now, I'm not going to put this in the same tier as George Clooney, because this one wasn't trying to be purposefully bad. I'm going to put this in the C tier. This is a classic original Batman, very comic accurate, even though it was so campy. Nobody back then knew what they were doing when they were making these movies. Back in the 60s, like, everybody was doing drugs or whatever. So I don't know what people were thinking back then. The movie Adam West was in, playing Batman, it was so campy, and it was just like a long extended version of an episode of the show, from what it seemed like, with a bigger budget. But anyways, this version of Batman is so campy. The costume is terrible. I mean, there are eyebrows on the mask, which gets me every time. And then look at the bat emblem. It's like in between his chest and his stomach. Like, why would you put it right there? Put it on his chest, not in between the chest and the stomach. That's a weird spot to me. And it looks like he's wearing pajamas. And it's just a ridiculous, very campy Batman. But sometimes I watch clips of this Batman and just laugh at it. It's good to return to that and just watch the original Batman. But anyways, moving on. Our next one would have to be Val Kilmer. I'm gonna put this on B tier. He's not bad, but he's not good either. He's an okay Batman, to be quite honest. Put him on his own separate tier list, or separate tier, I should say. The movie he played Batman in, Batman Forever, I actually enjoy watching it a little bit. It's certainly not as campy and stupid, and they weren't trying to sell toys like Batman and Robin was, but I actually like this Batman, this version of Batman. I feel like he fit the Bruce Wayne role a little bit, although he didn't look like Bruce Wayne, or his personality was kind of a brooding Bruce Wayne. But and his Batman was pretty decent. Not good, but not bad either. Anyways, moving on. We have the top 3 Batman. So we have Michael Keaton, Ben Affleck, and Christian Bale. I have absolutely loved all 3 of these guys. Even Ben Affleck, which he's gotten a lot of backlash for how bad his movies, the movies that he's been in the DC, but that's not his fault. But anyways, we'll get to him. But the next one on my list is Michael Keaton. As much as I love this version of Batman, he's probably my 3rd favorite on here, to be quite honest. I'm going to go ahead and put him in the A tier. He is a really good Batman. I felt like he had the best balance between Bruce Wayne and the Batman. As far as personality goes, Batman certainly felt like he had a more serious personality compared to Bruce Wayne. Bruce Wayne was, the way Michael Keaton portrayed Bruce Wayne was a very charming guy, while his portrayal of Batman was more serious and mysterious, dark figure. Batman 1989 is a classic movie that I grew up with watching. I grew up with watching Jack Nicholson's Joker. So this hits home for me. I kind of like the suit, even though it's not completely practical and it's not the best bat suit. It's just, when I picture Batman, that's kind of what I see. But anyways, moving on. Next to Ben Affleck and Christian Bale. Now, you guys are probably going to bash me, or maybe not, because there aren't that many of you watching it right now at the time of this recording. So, hopefully, I probably won't get any backlash, but if I told my opinion about these Batman, you guys would freak out. But next one I would put on here is Ben Affleck at number 2. Or not Ben Affleck, Christian Bale at number 2. But I'm going to go ahead and put him in this tier. He's great. I don't think he's the perfect Batman. To be quite honest, we have not gotten a perfect Batman. I think. But my problem with Christian Bale is, a lot of people have this problem with Christian Bale's Batman, is the voice that he does for Batman. People have parodied that voice, made that voice themselves, like over exaggerating it, saying, "I'm Batman," as a joke. Yeah, of course I have that problem, but I have other problems too. One problem is I find Christian Bale's Bruce Wayne kind of bland, kind of dry. He doesn't show a lot of emotion from what I could see in the movies, of course. Of course, not saying that he does an absolutely terrible job, but I find his Bruce Wayne a little dry. But I do find his version of Batman absolutely phenomenal. the actions that he does is great. He gives a great performance as Batman, especially in Batman Begins. That's probably my personal favorite Batman movie. I know a lot of you would say The Dark Knight. I'm not quite there with you on that. Even though the Joker got less screen time than Batman did in The Dark Knight, I felt like his performance definitely stole the spotlight from Batman in that movie. Of course, phenomenal scenes like the Batman interrogating Joker and like literally beating the crap out of him. Like, it wasn't just Batman beating up the Joker. It was Christian Bale beating the crap out of Heath Ledger, which, when I found out that was basically for real, that Heath Ledger told Christian Bale to beat him up for that scene, I went bonkers. I was like, what? Amazing acting. Totally risky to try that, but I thought that was phenomenal how they went about that. And of course, Christian Bale has other scenes as Batman that I find great. Of course, I think he was even better in Batman Begins than he was in The Dark Knight, to me, to be quite honest. I have actually not seen all The Dark Knight Rises. I've seen like 2/3 of the movie. I will, of course, create my own Batman movie tier list, and I will go back and watch all the Batman movies, and I will rank them on a tier list. But for now, Christian Bale is my number 2. And I know you guys don't agree with me. I just have problems with Christian Bale's Batman that other people cannot see the problems with. He's definitely not a perfect Batman, but he is phenomenal. Moving on, my number 1 pick is Ben Affleck's Batman. So, with the character of Batman, I want someone who can brawl, someone who can beat the crap out of bad guys and scare them. And I feel like Ben Affleck's Batman certainly delivered that. I think his suit is phenomenal in the Batman vs. Superman movie, and of course Justice League. But this suit specifically, I think it's a closer comic book accurate Batman, more than Christian Bale's Batman. And now hear me out. I know you guys are gonna say, oh well, Batman gunning down villains, that's a big no-no. Certainly, with the modern Batman that we have now, that is a big no-no, because he has a no-kill rule. But this isn't a traditional modern-day Batman. This is like the aspects of Ben Affleck's Batman represent different versions of the Batman. Of course, he looks like the Dark Knight Returns Batman, of course, which is one of the best comic book. I don't know if it was a series. I don't remember. I don't read a whole lot of comic books, so I don't remember if it was a series or if it was just one single comic book or a 2-part comic book. But anyways, his look definitely fits the Dark Knight Returns look. Looks almost exactly alike. And Batman gunning down villains, that's what he originally did. The original Batman used guns. He killed people with those guns. And of course, he's evolved over the years to the point where he has a no-kill rule. If he kills any villains, he's no better than the villain himself, which is a great character growth of Batman, great character trait of Batman. But they did abandon it. Certainly, he's not a perfect Batman, but I think he did an amazing job. And probably the warehouse scene in Batman vs Superman, where he beat the crap out of those criminals and try to save Martha Kent. I think is one of the best Batman fight scenes that we've ever gotten in any Batman movie, period. It was just phenomenal. I love the action. It made me scream, oh my gosh, that's Batman. That's what I want out of a Batman, is a brawler. And of course you could argue, well, he's certainly not a detective. You guys have of course, a lot of people criticize the scene where Batman almost kills Superman, and then he says Martha, and of course, after that, they decide to go rescue Superman's mom, Martha Kent. But a lot of you have criticized that. I haven't criticized that scene until I did not criticize that scene until probably long after I saw Batman vs Superman. I didn't think much of it at the time. I just thought the movie was great. We got to see Batman fight Superman, and Doomsday was in the movie, and it's just a lot of cool action. I thoroughly enjoyed the movie, and it wasn't until afterwards that I had heard people mentioning how stupid that scene was, and I go, oh, okay, it is kind of stupid, but it hasn't really bothered me that much. And even Batman gunning down criminals, that hasn't bothered me too much. Of course, I do find that that's an important aspect of Batman, but I don't think they seriously explored that in the live action Batman movies, even with Christian Bale's Batman. He doesn't kill criminals in that, but they don't really mention his no-kill rule, of course. And certainly not in it is touched upon with Christian Bale's Batman, but it isn't hardly mentioned at all with any of these live action Batman movies. But overall, Ben Affleck is my favorite Batman. I think he's an underrated Batman, while Christian Bale, I think, is a little overrated. I don't think he's that overrated, but he's just a little overrated. But Ben Affleck personally is my favorite, and criticize me all you want, but this is my tier list, you guys. This is my list, so don't be offended. This is probably pretty close to what you guys would have these Batman actors in, but just swap Ben Affleck and Christian Bale, basically. It'd probably match most of y'all's lists. So, anyways, thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe to the channel. It will certainly help. And check out my Twitter, Instagram, and check me out on Stardust. I have a few reactions to some movies that I've done. I need to do some new ones. I haven't done any in quite a while, so check me out, and I'll leave the links for my Twitter and my Instagram in the description below, and I'll give you my Stardust username on there. So, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see y'all in the next video.